Hey, what's going on, everyone? I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day as always. Couple stimulus updates today, so let's get right into those. So 10 Republican senators are trying to agree to a smaller stimulus package. Now, those 10 Republicans wanted something that is more targeted and has the smaller unemployment benefits. Now, Biden did sit down with these 10 Republican senators yesterday for a total of 2 hours. The senators said that the meeting was very productive and cordial. The proposal from the senators includes billions of dollars in testing and vaccine distribution, like in Biden's current American Rescue Plan. But their plans leave out the state and local government aid, which was one of the most important items for the Democratic politicians. Additionally, the Republican senators are proposing now $1,000 stimulus checks instead of the $1,400 for people making $40,000 or under. They also want to keep the federal unemployment benefits at the current rates of $300 per week until June 30th. However, in Biden's plan, he calls for $400 a week in unemployment aid until the end of September, so they are shortening that. According to Senator Sen Collins, the 2-hour meeting was very good exchange. She said that she wouldn't say anything about, the details of the meetings, but they did come together on the package, didn't come to 100% agreement, but they will continue to follow up and talk further on. She did not provide, like I said, any further details, or any other senators didn't speak out. They refused to speak out and comment on this matter. Now, Biden is looking to release the funding that is allocated towards Puerto Rico after they were hit with the hurricanes back-to-back in 2017. Congress approved $60 million in aid, but the Trump administration held back most of it, citing claims of corruption in the Puerto Rican government. Biden's press secretary told reporters that it is a priority for this administration to release this funding and that they are working to do so as soon as possible. The progressive Democrats are looking to make progress very quickly as possible. Yesterday, Pelosi and Schumer did sign a joint budget resolution, which, keep in mind, this is a necessary part in preparation for passing the bill through reconciliation of the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. Now, Chuck Schumer rejected the proposal from the 10 Republican senators and said that the Congress must pursue a bold and robust course of action, and it makes no sense at all for Congress to continue to pinch pennies and so that the Americans that are struggling get very little. The House is planning to vote on the budget resolution tomorrow. As for the Senate, Schumer has not confirmed when they will be voting on the Senate floor for the proposal. It is important that this does get completed before Trump's impeachment trials, which will begin the following week or next week. Then, at that time, the Senate must commit to 6 days a week to the trial alone, and there is no indication currently of how long this trial may last. So that can be an issue with passing the stimulus. We want to make sure that we can get something passed in both the House and Senate, hopefully before this following week. The Democrats' game plan is to use reconciliation, as we know, in order to pass the stimulus package, because there is no way that they're going to be able to get the 10 Republican senators to vote on this very, very large $1.9 trillion stimulus package that Democratic President Joe Biden has proposed. So the plan is to have, at least the game plan, I would say the strategy is to have all 50 Senate Democrats to vote yes on the bill, and for the 50 Republicans to vote against the bill. That will keep it in a tie. Then what will happen is the Vice President Kamala Harris, she will vote yes, and then that will make the bill pass on the Senate floor. But what could potentially ruin this entire plan or scheme is Democratic Senator Joe Manchin. He is the only Democrat senator that may vote no. I repeat, he may be voting no. Like I've said in the past, if Manchin votes no, he can completely ruin the reconciliation attempt because the Democrats would only have 49 votes favoring the stimulus package, and there would be 51 votes not favoring or against the stimulus package. So that would be an issue there. So it's essentially all dependent on Senator Manchin. Now keep in mind, Senator Manchin has come out and publicly stated, openly spoken, out against the stimulus package of $1.9 trillion. And the Democrats plan to use reconciliation, which he says is not a good sign. Manchin said that we must work together, and reconciliation is just not a way of working together. This is a big concern, and it even prompted President Biden to reach out to Senator Joe Manchin to make sure that he is on board with the rest of the Democrats. So that way they get their necessary 51 votes, 50 plus 1, which would be Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, Trump's former legal team did quit because Trump insisted on mounting a defense based on his claim of election fraud. Now, President Trump's new lawyers have convinced Trump to go on the defense and say that, essentially it is unconstitutional in order to impeach a former president, and that they would do best playing defense because the U.S. Constitution has no explicit word-for-word definition or distinction or instruction for impeaching a former president. Now, this is the main issue the House of Representatives is facing in their pre-trial briefings. The House did submit their legal briefing for why and how the Constitution allows for Trump's impeachment, though he's an ex-president or former president. It also accuses Trump of inciting his supporters for months on end and encouraging them to launch attacks against the U.S. government. However, Trump does remain a very, very popular Republican within voters because he is still maintaining his position, as senators are refusing to convict him, making it very unlikely that the Senate will get the necessary 67 votes in order to convict him and impeach him as a former president. The Senate is also being pressured to finish up the trial in a matter of days, so that way they can go ahead and switch back their focus to the stimulus package and the stimulus bill actually being passed. Hopefully you guys all learned something and enjoyed the video. I thank you all so much for your continued support. I do appreciate it tremendously. Make sure to go down below and drop a like on my channel. It does help me out tremendously. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below. Till next time. Peace.